Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Energize Live. We have a dog over here who is about to perish. She needs fed. I don't even have my ice yet. But welcome to Energize Live. Welcome to where we make magic in the mornings. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad to see all of you. I'm going to grab some ice and then let's have some conversation. Yeah, let's connect and have some conversation. First, I must get ice. I know, lady, you will not perish, I promise. Let's acknowledge the Corksicle. How cute is this? This is part of their Star Wars collection. I mean, is that not the cutest thing in the world? It's so stinking cute. It's so stinking cute. Ladies, literally, she's right here at my feet. Why have you not fed me right now? She just got up. She's like, why are we not eating right this very second? You know why, lady? Because some of us have to make some Energize. That's why we're not eating right this very second. I think there's a little more in there. Oh, there was. Don't waste the water. So today's a good day because yesterday was a good day because yesterday, listen, I went 2 days without this because of shipping delays. So my first thing was on Sunday. So Monday I didn't have any, and Tuesday I didn't have any, and yesterday finally it came. And so today I took my first thing, and that means today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be, also, you know what came yesterday? Is this deliciousness. Vanilla chai, baby. Vanilla chai, vanilla chai, vanilla chai. I'm so excited about that today. Someone putting a question in the question box already, or was it a request to go live? Nobody goes live. Nobody goes live. Did I turn it off? Let's make sure that I turned it off. No. Okay. Also, you could also turn off comments. Wonder why someone would do that. Is that for celebrities? If they're on and they would turn off comments, why would you do that? Isn't that the point of going live, so that we can have conversation? I don't understand that. You can also add a moderator. That must be for big time people, right? Really big time people. Okay, some things to talk about this morning. First of all, strawberry lemonade. I just have to say it every time, it's so freaking good. It's so good. I got my first thing back in my life. Now we're making Energize. Life is good. And I'm going to have vanilla chai today. Now here's a little tip for you. Here's a pro tip, okay? Because I'm a huge pumpkin fan. So here's a pro tip for you. We used to have pumpkin spice. And if we've been friends for any amount of time in the fall, perhaps, was it just last year where I ordered so much pumpkin spice that they brought it, the UPS guy had a dolly and brought it up to my door. I feel like that was last year. So here's a pro tip for you. This is pumpkin spice. So in vanilla chai, you could put a little pumpkin spice in it and it becomes a pumpkin spice. How is that? I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, hold on. I've got questions. Jennifer, you just ordered some some vanilla chai. It's delicious. It's delicious. You're drinking your Zoe. You're drinking your Shakeology already, girl. You're up and at it this morning. Wow. Elizabeth Rideout 14. Is that your last name, Elizabeth Rideout? And am I saying it correctly? Are there certain days will you be live in certain groups? Well, first of all, Instagram's not a group. Instagram's a platform. Yes, some days I'm live on Instagram and we do Energize Live. It's always Energize Live, but some days we do Energize Live here on the Instagram platform, which is clearly open to the entire world. And some days I do Energize Live in my team page, which is open to my Sparta Nation coaches. And when we do Instagram, or when we do Energize Live on Instagram, some days I'm here on my Julie Boris page, and some days I'm over on JV Sweat Nation. And when we're on JV Sweat Nation, our topics center on nutrition and fitness. Did I explain that clearly? Sometimes I feel like it's clear in my head, but maybe not clear when it comes out of my mouth. So anything that's on Instagram is open to everyone. People always say, is your Energize Live just for your coaches? I'm like, do I look like I control Instagram? No, I do not. So anytime Energize Live is on Instagram, it's open to everyone. And then sometimes Energize Live is just in my team page for my coaches. But it's just, we just always call it Energize Live. And then sometimes we're here, and sometimes we're over on JV Sweat Nation, just because we want to talk specifically about fitness and nutrition. Kelly's getting you're getting a new beagle. Oh, she adopted one of the 4,000 beagles that were rescued. Good for her. Good for her. Jenna, my daughter who lives in DC, is she getting it from one of the places in DC? Because that is the place where we got Sawyer. Sawyer was not one of those 4,000, but she was a rescue. Sawyer is a rescue puppy. Her mama came in with 6 puppies, and 4 looked like beagles, and 2 looked like something we're not sure what they were. So we rescued Sawyer. I think she rescued us. She was exactly the energy that we needed. Like, I can't imagine my life without my Sawyer energy in it. Everyone needs to experience the energy of a beagle at some point in their life. Everyone needs to do that. Pumpkin spice was the best. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tiffany is going back and watching previous Energize Lives. That's amazing, Tiffany. I love that so much. I started my Compass coaching last night, my small group Compass coaching, and my friend Amber Snow is in it, and she is a recent newcomer to the Energize Live community, and so she has been going back and she's been watching some of the archived. I mean, it's so funny to see because she'll comment on them, and I'll see the comments and it pulls up and it'll be like, wait, that was when we still lived in Indiana, and you're going back and watching those. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, so I think that's super cool. Okay, oh, you're drinking strawberry lemonade. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. I'm just going through the comments because I like to make sure that I get beautiful next chapter. Are you telling me that your name is Jen McGrath? Are you telling me that that's your name? Because if it is, then that should be your Instagram handle. Beagles are the best. Beagles are the best. Listen, MB Volek, which I don't know your name, so this is the last time I'm going to address you, because until I know your name, we can't have a conversation. That's cute that you're a peppermint mocha girl, but just let me tell you something. If I can't have my pumpkin spice, nobody needs to get to have peppermint mocha either. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, either everybody gets their flavors or nobody gets their flavors, okay? But literally, take your vanilla chai and put a little bit of pumpkin spice in it, some almond milk, and then I also will do this. So we'll do this. I highly, highly recommend this. In fact, I'll probably make a reel on this today just because I think people would love to. This is Barney almond butter, and it's powdered. So you can get this online. I order it right from Barney's. It's probably on Amazon too, but I just order it from the Barney's website. So I will put this, I'll put a little pumpkin spice in my vanilla chai with water and a little almond milk, and let me tell you, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Okay. Hold please, because we need to take a drink. Literally, it's like the heavens open up and all is right with the world. Okay, I wanted to touch base with you a little bit on a couple topics. I want to touch base on a couple topics, and I'm just going through the okay, very, very Zoe. Very, very Zoe. I would just so love you. You have no idea how much I would love Zoe if it was just your first and last name. You have no idea how much I would love. Okay, Zoe, great question. Is Compass Coaching what I was talking about the other day for Beachbody Coaches Not With You? Okay, Zoe, here's what I offer. This might answer a lot of questions, so I'm glad you asked this. This might answer a lot of questions. Here's what I offer. Number 1, Energize Live. On the days that we're here on Instagram, open to everyone, right? So there should never be a question, can I join Energize Live if I'm not your coach? Like, I just don't understand these boxes that we put ourselves in. I don't understand it. So here's what I offer. Number 1, Energize Live. Anytime it's on Instagram, open to everyone. Number two, brand new, launching on Friday. Compass Community. And that is a community centered on the Compass Planner. That launches on Friday. I've never done this before. It's beta testing. I'm super excited about it. It will be for 4 months, September, October, November, December, a private message thread, Zoom calls with me, all centered on the Compass Planner. That will be launching on Friday. All the information about it will be on my website. It'll also be in my links right here on Instagram. Okay, so that is the second way. So we've got Energize Live, open to everyone. Then we have the Compass Community, which goes along with the Compass Planner. So you have to have the Compass Planner, and that's a private community that you can subscribe to, and you get to hang out with other humans who want to talk about goals and dreams and are on a mission to go after their goals and dreams in this private message thread where I will be as well. And then also you'll get some Zoom calls with me. That's number 2. Number 3, just happening right now. It's closed. You cannot access it anymore, and this will be the last time that I offer it this year. So the 15 women that are in with me right now in Compass Coaching, they'll be the only 15 women that do this, and that's Compass Coaching. So we don't even talk about that anymore because I'm not running a second session. I'm doing something else instead. So the Compass Coaching. Okay, so we got Energize Live. We have Compass Community, which when does it launch? When does it launch? Please put it in the comments. When does the Compass Community launch? I'll take a drink and wait. Because I need to know that I'm getting the information across clearly. When does the Compass Community? Thank you, Candace. It launches on Friday. Who is that open to? Who's the Compass Community open to? Again, I'm testing myself to make sure that I'm saying it correctly and clearly. Who is the Compass Community? Who is it open to? Who is it open to? Who can join the Compass Community that launches on Friday? Who can join that? Tell me. Yes, Jacqueline. Yes, anyone who gets a planner, anyone can join. Okay, so we've got that. Yay. Okay, we have Compass Coaching. We don't need to talk about that because the enrollment that is happening right now, and there will not be another session, so there's that. Then you have Sweat Nation, and that is for my customers. So people who come in, that's hence the other Instagram situation, JD Sweat Nation, that's for my customers. We're coming in, we're on a health and fitness journey. You're a customer, you're one of my customers, you're in Sweat Nation, and we're connecting with tools that help you on your health and fitness journey. You're a customer of mine. Then you have Sparta Nation, and Sparta Nation is my team of Beachbody coaches. So in terms of access, the humans who have the most access to me, that sounds weird, like who am I, J-Lo? And who I am most invested in, of course it's my team, Sparta Nation. So we've got Energize Live, we've got Compass Community, we've got Sweat Nation, and then we have Sparta Nation at the top. Let me know if I'm saying that clearly. Does that make sense? Because I really want to make sure that we understand and that I'm communicating clearly about the Compass Community. Because listen, I am so excited about this. And I sort of stumbled on this. JVO. Jules 4007, you are my new favorite person, and that's the funniest thing I've seen in a while. Like literally no one's ever said that to me. That is hilarious. I love it so much. I sort of stumbled on this idea of the Compass Planner community, and I think I talked about this on Monday. It literally came about because we had these shipping delays with the launch in the spring, and I was beside myself. I was like beside myself about these shipping delays, and I kept saying, what can I do to provide more value? What can I do? What can I do? So I'm like, let's do some Zoom calls. And so we started doing Zoom calls to help people walk through using the planner and the methodology and the mindset behind it and all the, gather people together. And so you could like put faces to names of other people who actually were using the planner. And I just fell in love with it. I thought it's just the best to be in a space with other humans, especially women, who want to level up their life. And I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not all women. Newsflash. Some women are okay being average or ordinary or whining or complaining or being competitive in high school drama. it makes me want to vomit. And some women are okay with that. I'm not okay with that, and I don't want to hang out with other women who are okay with that. And I found that the Compass Planner attracted people who wanted to be in a high vibe space. And so we did these Zooms, and it was super cool. And I'm like, why don't we do this on the regular with the launch of the new one? Hence, we're giving it a go. So we're calling it a beta launch because, we'll iron out the kinks. It won't be perfect. We'll figure it out. But whoever does it this first time will be the first people to do it. So I'm super excited. And the enrollment period will only be for 2 weeks. So from Friday, August 26th to September 9th. Cool. I love people who just completely ask questions that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. I mean, you got a question. You're just going to ask it with no regard to whatever we're talking about. Okay. Any questions on where Energize Live is, Compass community, Sweat Nation, Spartan Nation? I just really wanted to talk about that Compass community. So Positive Damaris, which first of all, I also need you to switch your Instagram handle because that's just, unless your first name is Positive, which could be really cool. That is a really great question. Brie, we should talk about that. That's a really great question. She just asked what made me start the Compass Planner. That's a really great question. And do you know what's so awesome is someone just asked me that in the podcast topics when I said, what do you want to hear me talk about on the podcast? So I'm actually going to record a podcast on that. And then you can hear it because it is kind of a cool story. Why do we call it high school drama? It is adult drama. It lasts longer and is far more infuriating. Listen to me, Brie. Listen. The last 3 years, I have navigated some shit. So much based on drama and jealousy and competition and whatever. And I think when you really dig into that and navigate that, I mean, yes, it is baggage that other people carry. We have to ask ourselves sometimes why that stuff triggers us. Like, why are we sort of participating in some of this drama? Why are we so triggered by X, Y, Z, da-da-da? Well, when we ask ourselves that question, that invites a conversation with ourselves as to our own triggers and our own baggage and our own just stuff that we're carrying around, right? And when you dig into that and you work through that, there's a lot of peace on the other side of that. So let's go back. How some women just want to live a very ordinary, complacent life. They want to whine, complain, and have drama. Not everyone's really willing to do the work of bringing up the stuff and really examining it and looking at it. The ones who are, number one, those are the people I want to hang out with. And the ones who do, they create so much more self-awareness. And I believe success comes from self-awareness. And when you bring that stuff up and you really look at, why does that trigger me? Why do I have this baggage? Where does all this come from? And you look at that, the piece that comes on the other side of that, it's hard to describe. And it's interesting because I've really been working through some stuff over the past couple years. And I went to Team Beachbody Summit in July, which was it was the most amazing. For me, I felt like I was home, felt like I was coming home. So good. And then right after that, just this past weekend, I had the most incredible coach retreat here at my house, and so many vision board moments happening. And those situations wouldn't have happened had I not been willing to dig in and do some of the really uncomfortable, hard work that I've had to do inside myself over the past couple of years. You don't get to have the cool stuff on the other side of it, right? So when that drama is happening, when that competition is happening, when that jealousy is happening, and you're the recipient of it, first of all, it hurts like hell, yes. But we also have to really dig into why is it triggering us? What's our baggage and how are we participating in it? And if you can dig in and figure that stuff out, there's a different level of peace that happens on the other side of that. So, no, I have not recorded the podcast on how I created the Compass Planner, but I will. Gina, I don't know what time the Compass Community is launching on Friday. That is a really great question. I don't know the answer to that question. Once I know the answer to that question, some of it just depends on like the shipping and this, the all that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can find that out so that I know. But remember, if you subscribe to my newsletter, there should be something that goes out for that. So just stay connected. I can't even tell you how excited I am about this Compass Community. And my small group coaching started last night. We had our first meeting last night, and my original intention was I was going to do 2 sessions, and I'm not. Zoe Lewis, I'm so proud of you. Look at Zoe Lewis. Everyone look, isn't it so much better now that we actually know what Zoe's name is? Now we can have a real life conversation. She still has Very, and her first name's not Very, but she likes that. So just the fact that you have your first and last name, it makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. I was going to do 2 sessions of my small group Compass coaching, like a 6-week and then a break and then a 6-week. And I decided not to do that second 6-week because I'm going to work again with my mindset coach, Brad Bizjack, to help him launch his new program, which is, I think, absolutely phenomenal. And, Brad was so instrumental, really, in asking me the questions that got us to Florida. I really believe in his program. I really believe in the work that he does. And so I'm going to partner with him in helping him launch that rather than do another Compass coaching for that. So I know sometimes it feels like there's just so much, like what's going on. And I try to do my best to be as clear as possible because I think we have to make working with each other and having community with each other as clear and as easy as possible. The harder it is to figure out what you can do and can't do, then you're just like, well, I'll just figure out something else, right? Okay, what else do you want to talk about this morning? We have like 5 more minutes. I don't think the sun is up. And hold on. Maybe it is. We can maybe go outside, but I don't have my light with me today, so it'll be very dark when we go out. Let's see what kind of sunrise there is today. Can you hear a lady following me? Like, why have you not fed me yet? It's very dark in my house right now. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Okay, let's go. I don't have my ring light, so you're gonna get this is stunning this morning. Are you coming, lady? Are you coming or not? Listen, you can't wait around me. Look at this. Are you ready? You're not ready. Here we go. I hope you can see this. What? Look at that. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. How gorgeous is that this morning? Right? Look at that. I'll tell you what I've learned in Florida. It's pretty cool. So if you live in the Midwest, you'll understand this. When you live in the Midwest, wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's so stunning. When you live in the Midwest and you wake up and it's raining in the Midwest, you literally wake up and go, okay, it's going to rain all day long. Like, that's just sort of what it does. But I have never woken up to rain here in Florida. Isn't that so interesting? I've never woken up and it's been raining. I'm not saying it won't. I just find that so interesting that I've never woken up to rain. I wake up every single day and look at that. And it's this. Now, it will rain later. It's Florida, so it will rain later. But I wake up every day and it's this. And it's this. And in the Midwest, it was like you would wake up and it would be raining and gray. And you wake up and you're like, oh my God, it's raining and gray already. And then it would just be raining and gray all day long. So I did also, quick question. Do you all find those little daily dose of real talk? Do you find those helpful? Because I think today's is really good. Because I have a question for you in today's daily dose of real talk. And it kind of, for me, in my brain, ties into this. Because there was a question that kept rolling around in my brain, and I found that I couldn't answer it. And when I got to the point where I couldn't answer it, I had to do something about it. So I'm so curious when you watch today's Daily Dose, if it resonates with you, if it like pings you a little bit or what. But it was a question that rolled around in my head for a very long time. You know, I'm going back to working with Brad a little bit later this fall. Gosh, like actually next month. What? Okay, what is time? Time is weird. You know, he was the one who really, because I worked with him, I gifted him to my team. So all the calls that we've done with Brad Bizjack as our mindset coach live in our team website so people can access them. And then I worked with him one-on-one. And he was the first person that made me put pen to paper and choose a date to move to Florida. I had been wanting to be here since high school. My first trip to Florida was when I was 6 months old. So I'd been wanting to be here forever. And especially through the pandemic, I'm like, I can't take this anymore. And, you know, I've told you before, every time we would leave Florida, every time I would leave Disney, I would be so sad. And I'm like, why am I living this sad life? This makes no sense. I've wanted to be here forever. But he was the first person to make me put pen to paper and put a date on it. I have my notes. I just came across my notes from that session. He was the first person that said, we're going to put a date on it. And I'm like, oh, and it made me so nervous. Like I was like, pee my pants nervous. And the date that I had said was September 15th, 2023. That was the date. So I set that date in May of 2021. I said to Brad, when he asked me that question, he's like, it was May 2021. I remember exactly. I was standing at this table, this exact table right here, this exact table. I was standing right here at this exact table outside my home in Carmel, Indiana. He goes, we're going to put a date on it. And I said September 15th, 2023. That's when I want to be in Florida. And he wrote it down, and then, you know, he'd send me notes and we would talk about it and whatever. And that was the first time I ever put a date on it, in May of 2021. And I set the date September 15th, 2023. I came down here in October 2021 to be at a retreat that another coach was doing that I was speaking, and to look at houses. I came down here to look at houses. And we closed on our house on December 1st of 2021. That's how important it is to literally put out into the universe what you want to do and then start showing up for it. I set the date September 15th, 2023. By the time that date rolls around here, we will have been down here like almost 2 years. But that's how important it is to have someone in your life that will ask you hard questions. That's how important it is to dredge up the stuff and do the work. And that's how important it is to get that stuff out into the universe, because you start working towards it whether you know it or not. You start working towards it whether you know it or not. And had he not like forced my hand to put my pen to paper, I probably would have said, well, you know, at some point we're going to make this happen. Knowing full well at some point we were going to make that happen. But I can't imagine not being down here now, because what has happened since then? I mean, my husband is so much happier. He's so much more well, physically and mentally. I am so much happier. I have a whole entire renewed energy and vibe around my life and goals. You know, Jessie got hired by the Disney Cruise Line. Do you know where they port? An hour from here. So every time she comes into port on Sundays, I'm an hour from where she is. What if I was in Carmel, Indiana, and that was happening? It's just like, of course we were supposed to be here right now. And of course you need someone to ask you hard questions. And of course you have to do the work to make it happen. You have to do the work to make it happen. And so I think, going back to the Daily Dose of Real Talk, I think the question I'm asking you today on today's Daily Dose of Real Talk should be thought-provoking. And when you find that you don't have a good answer to that question, then it's time to get to work. And likely you won't have a very good answer to the question. We never do. You'll get it when you watch it. So there we go. Oh my stars, how gorgeous is that? So I'm going to go grab my compass planner and I'm going to sit right here and do it. And when I sit right there to do it, that is what I'm looking at every morning. That is what I'm looking at. And I'm going to go grab my compass planner. I'm going to go sit right there and do my compass planner. And then we're going to feed this dog because clearly she's malnourished. And she may not even make it back into the house because she's so malnourished. And then we're going to hit up Lift More and get this day going because we're a 10, right? Our energy's a 10. We're on this side of the planet. We're a 10. We get to see this together. We get to experience this together. We get to be in community together. And we get to remind each other that we don't get this day back. So let's make it a good one, shall we? Stay tuned for my vanilla chai pumpkin spice recipe coming later. Go make some magic today, my friends. Go make some magic today. Happy Wednesday.